everyone, I'm back with my channel for some Rome Total War. And I know I haven't posted in a while, but I've got high school and, just issues. And so I haven't posted anything in 4 months, and that's sad. But the good thing is, hopefully on the weekends I'll be able to start posting again. And I'm going to start with this one from Rome Total War. So basically, it's me playing as the Brii, and I have 4 Hastati with 2 upgrades, 4 Principes with 2 upgrades, and then 3 Triarii, and 4 Velites, and 4 Praetorian Cavalry with gold, yep, and then my Armor General. My other allies, this is a 3v3, and so my other ally, or one of my other allies, Armenia Dulia DM. He's got some Cataphract Archers, some Cataphracts, Armored Eastern Generals, Armenian Legionnaires, Archers, and Heavy Spearmen, and that's pretty much his army. And as you can see, he's going to camp up here in this rock formation, which is a pretty good idea, actually. I didn't ever see that until after this fight, but yeah. And then my other ally is playing as the Julii, and he is Yang the Big Vid fan. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legionary cohorts, gold, 2 Roman archers, and then 3 Praetorian cav, it looks like, and his general's bodyguard. So yeah, this setup was kind of weird. I'm just gonna say that right now. It was pretty weird setting this battle up to begin with. So my plan was pretty devious. It took, you see these 2 patches of trees right here and right here, right? Well, this one, on both of these, I'm gonna have some Velites and some Triarii hidden in them. And my main goal is that the Greeks that I'm facing across from me come up here, up straight through the middle, and I'll be able to hit them in the flanks with both my cavalry and my ambush forces, and then hopefully my legion can hold out in the center and I'll win the battle. And then Armenia is messing with its forces over here. So yeah, he's gonna sit up here with like his archers and legionnaires and stuff, which I think is actually a pretty cool thing to do, because I've never seen somebody on this map do this before, and I thought it was actually kind of fun to watch, even though it was pretty much a camping. But I thought it was pretty cool. As you can see, he has a ton of cavalry. So it's CWB, so he had to bring some Armored Eastern Generals, but other than that, he does have a lot of Cataphracts. However, like, none of them have upgrades, because he has a really big army, but almost none of them seem to have any upgrades, especially because the Cataphracts cost a lot of money to get. And there's his archers, who he moves up here, I think. And those are 2 of his 3 archers down there, and then his other one's up here. So yeah, basically we're going to be facing Pontus, the Greek city-states, and Germany, or Germania on the other side. Yep, there we go. And this is quite the fast and furious battle, so it's going to go quickly, and I might not be able to, I'm going to have to excuse me, I'm a little sick. I'm going to have to pause it at certain points in the battle, just so that way we can see what's happening. But for now, nothing's really happening, so we can just fast forward. But yeah, like I said, the action kicks off with Pontus and Armenia, and then it very quickly commences, like, just after, with the Greeks and Julii, or the Greeks and Germania versus me and the Julii. But we gotta wait for a little bit. Yeah. Man, my headset microphone's getting a bit too small for me. I haven't worn it in a long time. I might need a new microphone. Okay, so the battle started. So all I'm going to say about the Greeks right now is that his commander is Achilles Magnus, and that's his general's army bodyguard, because the rest of his army is hidden. And here is Sneeky with Germania, and he's got some chosen axemen, chosen archer warband, and more chosen axemen, and then some Gothic cav with its general. And then he also has 4 units of berserkers that are hidden right now. And then really quickly, we have to get over here before the action starts, is Pontus, commanded by Blithilde, Blithede or something. And he's got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phalanx pikemen and some archers, the Eastern General, Thracian mercenaries for backup infantry line, and then some Cappadocian cav, and in the very back he has some scythed chariots, so you can tell it's not CWB, but yes, he does indeed have scythed chariots, which are very dangerous. And basically he's rumbling up towards Armenia's cataphracts, which are sitting there. But yeah, this is pretty much what's happening right now. Sneaker's moving up slowly, I know that. And I think the Greeks are moving up with their phalanx off, although his general is moving over to his side to help out. But yeah, my ambush forces are hidden. And you'll see how much of an impact they have. They don't actually get off an ambush, but they do have a significant outcome on this battle. But yeah, here's the big vid fan put his cavalry over here, including his general. And he's also moving the rest of his legion up to join me on this side of the hill, and he's gonna form a line right here to cover against Germany. But yep, here's Pontus incoming. And now Armenia's decided to move, including his cataphract archers. But look, they get caught up on some Cappadocian cav and he decides just to charge, and then here's the first engagement of the battles, a cav on cav fight, but with the Pontic cavalry, Cappadocians, even though they're pretty much worse than the cataphracts, Cappadocians have upgrades and the scythe chariots, which are pretty OP. So yeah, they pretty much, a few of them get away, but most of them die pretty much instantly. And then here's most of his armored Eastern generals. Ooh, epic music. And so yeah, he's basically giving full chase. This was, I thought, was his biggest mistake, was charging, basically just running his entire army across the field without really planning anything. And then the cataphracts charge back down the hill to get these Cappadocians. And they do that pretty well. But then here come the scythe chariots. And like I said, they cut up pretty much everybody in this little pocket here. And yeah, and then here comes the phalanx pikemen and the other Cappadocians right in behind them. And that will pretty much erase Armenia's cavalry contingent as a whole. I think there's like like 2 or 3 that come back out of like all those cavalry, which were, by the way, quite expensive. And he ends up with like a few that have no upgrades and no chance whatsoever of stopping the Cappadocians. He does still have his cataphract archers, but I mean, a few archers isn't going to do too much. Although he is wisely shooting at the chariots, which are now moving to come and kill them. See, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 there. I think that one comes back, and that's it. So yeah, they basically just run through the cataphract archers, chase them off the battlefield. And yeah, that's the end of them. And over here, Pontus is beginning to trek up the hill to the Armenian strong point, and he's marching out all 3 of his archers out just in front of his pike lines to harass the Pontic pikes a little bit. And is it right now? Yep. Right now, Yang the big vid fan and me and we decided that Armenia's not going to survive this, so I send half of my cavalry and he sends all of his cavalry, and we're all running down the hill basically at extremely high speed in order to see if we can stop the progress of this Pontic war machine before it kills off our ally. Because if he does, we're pretty much like dead. But yeah, this really scared me because he was moving his scythe chariots back in, but like they kept thankfully Armenia sends his last like 4 cataphracts in, which stall up the side chariots enough so that way I get this beautiful charge off on the backs of these Thracian mercenaries. And then right as the side chariot gets over, I pull out, and then right after that, my ally comes in with his Praetorian cav, charge, smash, and all the mercenaries pretty much instantly rout. Yep, there they go. And now, it's basically confusion. He's running back his phalanxes to try and protect his Thracian mercenaries and his rear, and meanwhile his cavalry is chasing down my allies' cavalry, and my cavalry are... Well, they try and get off a hit. Oh yeah, and then Armenia basically runs out his entire force over here to... Here, let's pause for a minute. Yeah, like I said, first pause. Ooh, that guy's getting wrecked. But yeah, so basically Armenia is running out his entire army. So this is basically a gamble against all of Pontus's army, which is actually a good idea right now because it's in complete disarray. And then here are my cavalry, which hit this unit of phalanx and pretty much kill all of them. Ooh, ooh, ow. Even though I did lose a lot of men there, that was pretty much worth it because it disrupted the closest phalanx to this attack. And it also made these phalanxes form up, and then yes, they're basically in complete confusion right now. And this half of the army is in complete disarray, and my ally is just running down to see if he can take them on in a battle. Oh man, that legionnaire is about to get hit by an arrow. Let's go see what else is going on. Oh yeah, and then the Pontic general and the Armenians are standing off, and you can see here these Praetorian cavalry. Who are they aiming for? The general. They're going to see if they can strike a decisive blow against Pontus. And then right now the Greek cities are also appearing. They've got some armored hoplites. That's basically most of his army, and the rest of it's Cretan archers, which are really good, I will say that. Thankfully they don't actually discover my ambush force over here, which is really nice, even though they're right there, which goes to show how much like ambush really is useful, like hiding in woods and then jumping out at people, because you really don't get detected until they're on top of you. Like, people think hiding is overrated, but it really isn't. And most of my new battles, since I had to reinstall Rome 2, a lot of my new battles have been utilizing ambushes successfully and winning using them. And then let's go check on the Germanians really fast. Yeah, basically his berserkers are about to pop up right there, and then the rest of his army is, I don't know where they are. They'll appear soon. So yeah, the side chariots are chasing off those two, but they loop around, and as you can see, they are indeed. His general's about to chase off the Pontic general, which is really good, especially because he didn't even get a charge off, and not to mention their eastern general, which is basically a skirmish general only. Like, they have javelins, not that much armor. And over here, the Armenian war machine is basically swooping into this disorganized mass of pikes. And there goes the Pontic general. So
the enemy general is dead.
Actually,
his
what's
men
happening
know
right now?
their doom approaches.
Oh yeah, let's move over here. So yeah, basically, over here, let's pause it, just so I can give you the rundown without having to be there. So my cavalry are chasing down the last of the Pontic cavalry to make sure that he can't recover from this. And as you can see, the legionnaires are already in the mix with the phalanx, which are badly out of formation, aka they're gonna die. And with the Praetorian cav coming back in, they're gonna finish off the rest of them. So Pontus is basically dead, and Armenia is gonna start moving up to reinforce our hill that I'm sitting on top of still. And well, yep, there's the last part of his army, is the Greek cavalry, and he has a lot of it actually. He has like 4 Greek cavalry. The problem with Greek cavalry is they're not very good. And also how did I do that? I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, here come the berserkers as well. The 4 units of berserkers. Yeah, as you can see back there in the distance, Pontic. Most of the Pontic flags are gone. And there's my flags. So he's basically showering my velites, and I didn't really care about that because it's really wasting arrows on cheap troops. But then here are my Velites throwing their javelins at his berserkers, and they get a few early kills, and then my Triarii are also going out, and there's the Pontic player admitting defeat, so his army's dead. And then, as you can probably tell, Triarii are not going to last very long. Yeah, and they rout eventually, but they do come back to their credit, including the Velites. And the Velites did manage to get several valuable kills for a low cost unit. That was really good. So they might have broken them, but it revealed these guys. And then my Praetorians swooped down the hill. Yep, here comes the rest of the Germanic army, and Yang the Big Vid fan is going to come in, and he has much better legionnaires and more legionnaires than Sneeky does, so basically he ends up winning this fight easily. And I'm not going to show it because not much happens there, it's just an infantry grind. And as you can see, my Velites have been revealed, but not my Triarii, and that's very key because also I don't know how that many cavalry managed to die. But as you can see here, look, my Triarii are still hidden, but my Velites are throwing javelins at the Cretans, and my Praetorians decided to randomly pop up here. So look at this. You see how he charges all of his cavalry in right now? I throw my Praetorians and my Triarii in. And as you can probably guess, Triarii are the best spear unit the Romans have against weak Greek cavalry. Oh yeah, we killed the Germanic general as well. So yeah, that's basically the end of Germania. But yeah, I lose my Velites, and I actually do lose that unit, but it was worth it because like all of his cavalry is gone. He manages to pull out his general's bodyguard, which was kind of annoying, but I've killed off all of his cav superiority, and then on top of that I managed to pull back everything that's left, including not including Velites. Yeah, there's the Velites running away. I think they do reform actually. But yeah, my Triarii and my two Praetorian squadrons made it out of there very well. And then Armenia pops up here. Yep, my Velites do reform. So I basically wiped out his cavalry. Look at that. I wiped out almost all of his cavalry, and all I lost was a bit of my Velites and some of my Praetorians. Granted, Praetorians are pretty useful and cost a lot, but it was worth it in my opinion to get rid of his mobile element. And then here comes Armenia. He has no cavalry left, but his phalanx would be quite useful against the Greek phalanxes. So yep, here comes Yang's legion as well. They've finished off Germany pretty much, just the chosen archers. Yep, chosen archer warband firing at the sides of his legions, which is kind of stupid because his shields are facing this way, so they're not going to get too many kills that way. And yeah, Armenia's archers are flaming him. And then I decided that it's time for me to get my kills in, so I'm moving up my legion. And there goes Germania. I keep calling it Germany. It's Germania. Or Germania, I don't know. And then Achilles Magnus just admits defeat before I can even get near him. Well, before I can even begin to fight him. So yeah, I had the least kills aside from Achilles Magnus, but that was to be expected because I didn't get to fight anyone really. Those were all cavalry kills and Triarii Velites, by the way, so like not even my main infantry contingent got to fight, but if they did, I probably would have gotten a few more kills than that, especially against the entire Greek phalanx army. But yeah, that was the end of the battle here. As you can see, we've routed the Greek phalanxes. That's pretty cool. Is that gonna hit anyone? Oh no, that won't hit anyone. But yeah, that's the end of the battle, so I hope you all enjoyed this. See y'all later.